Good morning, my friends. Questions. Do you need a fresh start? Are you depleted? Are you doing your everyday kind of things and it's monotony and it's Groundhog Day and it's never going to change? That is how I felt when I got up this morning. And I got inspired by the idea of fresh starts. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I don't have a whole lot of ideas formulated in my brain. I'm just going to dump the things that come. I do this walk and talk every morning, and this is where I process. This is where it's just me and you, and we're just talking. I encourage you to go get a yoga mat and maybe do some sit-ups or some push-ups or deep breathing, or get your tennis shoes on and join me for a walk. It's getting to be spring. Movement is so dang important for our beings that I'm just going to invite you. If you are walking and exercising with me, I would love a thumbs up. I would like, this is what I did some treadmill work, whatever. So welcome. I'm Ann Ferguson. I am an author. That's been a big deal this week. I am a course creator. I am a workshop facilitator. I am an exerciser. I am a chocolate lover. So much chocolate this weekend. Wasn't good, but it was divine. Does that count? So good. Okay, fresh starts. So I kind of feel like I have had this reset happen, or a new set happen. I'm not exactly sure. I talked about the retreat that I went to a little bit and how I cocooned on Monday so I could integrate. And I do feel like there's something kind of new happening in me, and the old way of doing things is starting to irritate me. And that's just normal routines. It's kind of weird. I think for me, probably for you, we fall into predictability just because it's good, right? It's okay to have a way of doing things and a schedule. For me, ADD, it's really good because then I don't actually forget stuff, right? If I've got that predictability. But there's something non-motivating. There's some monotony that happens and drudgery, and you feel stuck and life can't ever change. So I was kind of in that. I did one thing. Usually I write my post and I leave for the park. Today I said, nope, it's warm, it's early, I'm leaving. So I went early and wrote my post as I was walking this morning, and then met a friend here at the park. So already things have changed just a little bit by that one thing, changing my time and going a little bit early. But as I was on Facebook before I wrote my post, I was just kind of scrolling and looking, and I saw a post from somebody who is going to be in Moab, Utah, and he's talking about all of the adventures for the week and things that he's looking forward to. And then I scrolled down to the next one, and it was a video of a sunrise. This woman was taking a picture of the sunrise and was celebrating the new day. And I went, you know what? We have fresh starts everywhere. Everywhere we have fresh starts. I wonder if I participate in a fresh start in some way, recognizing that whatever was is in the past and I have opportunity now in the future. If I focus on that, what other things change? So, for instance, financially, fresh starts. Are all the bills paid? Because I don't have everything paid right now. Like if I were to get committed to that, making sure that all the bills are paid. They're not late. There's some that are hanging out there that could be taken care of, like right now instead of the due date. What happens financially if I do a fresh start? Just with that little thing. There's a thing that I did a few months ago when I talked about money. And I want to give you a fresh start idea with your money for just a minute. And that is, a friend of mine was working with a coach who talked about having a conversation with your money. that's kind of strange. And she said, look, the reality is we are in a narcissistic relationship with our money. We do things with it. And if you were to have that conversation about, is there any way that I've hurt you? Is there anything you would like me to do with you? What would you like me to know about you? Saying that to your money. I did it for a little while and it was beautiful. Like when I asked, is there anything that I can do for you? And it was like, bring me home. I'm so stretched. And I was like, stretched with what? And then the thought came, subscriptions that don't matter anymore, that I've been paying. It's almost like I'm sending money out to go do a thing and then not feeding money when she comes home. And she's like, just bring me home. I went, oh my gosh, she's stretched too thin. Okay. And then another thing came up and I was asking money, 10 minutes a day, walk with your money. What would you like me to know about you today? And when I said that, the answer I got is, I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to bless you. I'm trying to help you. And I'm like, well, what would you love to do? And then I saw something that I had wondered whether or not to invest in. And I went, oh, so that's a good thing because that will bless my life. And the answer came back, yes. I did that and indeed has blessed my life. I had a new start with my money. I stopped ignoring it. I stopped pimping it out. I'm not good at feeding it. I'm not great at attention to it. So fun fact about me, just vulnerability, gonna be authentic and transparent, is that I don't have a budget. I have a lot of trauma surrounding budgets. I had tried to get partners to budget with me, and it ended up going really, really wrong. On the one end, I was blamed for not being good with money. On the other end, I was blamed for not being good with money. Kind of two different situations and not trusted. So I adopted not trusting. And I am actually really, really good with money. But it turns out, maybe some of you can appreciate this. It does not matter how good you are with $50. You can be excellent, but you owe $250. You still owe the $250. And I was really good at that. I was really good at stretching and making things work, and I could make something from scratch. At one point, I emptied out my pantry because we didn't have enough for food, but I was able to keep kids alive and make things and have them not feel it. I was good with money. I have been able to keep a business alive for 4 years. Significant amount of investment and hustling and inviting people without it sounding desperate. And I've been able to get the things that we need to support the business. And my husband has been so good about supporting in other ways with equipment and stuff. And I am good with money. However, I still don't have a budget. So I think I need a fresh start with that. At the retreat, one of the things that happened is that everybody was invited on this Facebook group to have a genius offering. What is in your genius? What can you offer the group? And this one woman talked about, she's very soft, she's very non-judgmental, super sweet, and she talked about if anybody needs budgets. And I went, oh my gosh. And now that I'm talking about it, that is a fresh start that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take her up on that, and I'm gonna help her help me look and change. And I'm talking about the business budget, change how I operate with money, seeing it, making it priority to witness it. Witness the good that it's doing, witness when it needs to be fed, when it needs to be brought home, witness when it's saying, hey, please send me this direction because I can go bless somebody's life with it. I want a fresh start with money. What would you love a fresh start with? What do you want to be different? I guess the best way to put this is, where do you feel stuck? What do you not like about what's happening? Some fresh starts have had some pretty big impact. The reason why I do the walk and talk, the reason why I'm going to do the podcast and all the things that have fallen in place because of that is because of a fresh start. Last August, about August 9th or so, I decided, I just need to move. I could get up and walk. I'm just going to go walk. I got up and I walked 1.5 miles and thought I was going to die. But the next day, I went, you know what? I'm just going to walk again. Because I know that if I exercise or do something 3 times in a row, then I start wanting to do it more, especially exercise. Like if I've missed 3 days worth of exercise, I go, whatevs. If I've done 3 days worth of exercise, the first day it's like, okay, I'll do this. Second day, I'm like, ugh. Third day, I don't want to. Fourth day, it's what I do. And I start to miss it. So I did it again. And I did it again. And then I had another fresh start. I got eye surgery. My eyes and my eyesight was bad enough. I've had corrective lenses since I was really young. They couldn't do LASIK on me. And so instead, they did cataract surgery, full lens replacement in my eyes. And I had been walking. And I couldn't walk on the days that I had surgery, the 2 days in a row. And so on the third day, I got up and I started walking. And I saw things. Like the vividness, it wasn't just seeing leaves on the tree. I've had that with my glasses. There was more. There was more that I saw that was just amazing. So I was so excited about the miracle of my eyesight that I took out my phone and I did a Facebook Live just to say, oh my gosh, I need somebody to know that this is a miracle. This is so much fun. This is happening. And so I talked about it and then I went, oh my gosh, I walked further than I usually do. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I did. And then I did it again. And that one start has changed. Now I had to be committed to it. I mean, guys, I walked in like 29-degree weather to keep this up. And so I had to continue in the momentum that was there, but it was the fresh start that happened. So physically, fresh start. What can you do physically? I will tell you what I'm going to do because I already did this walking thing. But when we were at this retreat, one of the things we did is we danced. I'm a dancer, but I don't dance. I don't turn on music. I don't just move my body. It's kind of I don't have time for that because I'm adulting. I had so much fun just letting my body move to music that today, fresh start. I'm gonna turn on some music. I'm gonna let my body just flow for about 5-10 minutes. See what that does for me. I'm curious. What does that new thing do? We have fresh starts everywhere. Do you know that when you shower, it's a fresh start? You reapply lotion, you reapply whatever, you redo your hair, it's a start. Wow. Is there anything I can do there that would be more supportive of me? I don't have to have everybody else involved, right? What about, okay, just morning. Morning is a fresh start. Every time you're hungry, like you've exhausted all the food resources that you have, your body needs more. Welcome to a fresh start. How are you going to start that new cycle of digestion and feeding your body? It's a fresh start every single time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What am I going to do different? Well, I did not do this one today. Today I grabbed cookies on my way out the door instead of lemon water. So that was not a good start. That is where I can do a fresh start. Lemon water, by the way, if you want to know, get your digestion going. Lemon water, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of salt. You do that first thing in the morning. It thins out your bile. It gives support to your liver, and it makes it so that you can digest all day long so much better. Just that one little thing can really change some things that are going on the rest of the day. Fresh start. So what other fresh starts do we have? Okay, let's talk about relationships for a minute. What do you need in a relationship? Ooh, do you know that the relationships you have outside of you are just reflecting the relationship you have inside of you? So if you are lonely, you're probably not listening to yourself. You're probably not validating that what you feel is okay, even the loneliness. Like, it may not be hearing you. So what's a fresh start? Well, you can do the I don't journal thing. I find that I hear myself best if I write stuff down. We've got notes, in your phones and stuff. Like, you can just go, what am I feeling right now? You can set an alarm. This is really cool. This is a fresh start. Set an alarm, and when it goes off, say, what am I feeling right now? And kind of rate your intensity of that feeling from 1 to 5. What am I feeling, and what's the situation? So I was driving down the road this weekend, and I did this, and it was stressed, about a level 3, because I was aware of it, and I felt like I was running late. And I say felt like because I was heading to a wedding reception, and it started at 6:30, but it's not like I didn't have to be there at a certain time. But in my mind, I was going to do 6:30. We didn't get there till 7:30, so I was stressed, running late. I heard myself and say, hey, is it okay if I'm stressed? It's totally okay if you're stressed. Do I need to be stressed? No, honey, you don't need to be stressed. There's no actual time thing. You are in control of your life today. Oh, I don't need to be stressed. I heard me. I got to know me. I listened to me. That's a fresh start. Do you listen to you? I was looking at the tower garden that I have. It has now bolted, meaning it's going to seed, and I need to take all that out. I need to change the water and clean out the thing and put some new stuff in. And it's just now that I'm having to rotate crops again. I'm gonna do something new. This time, I'm gonna buy like 7 things, and then in about 2 months, I'm gonna buy 7 more so that I've got rotating crops instead of having to start over all the time. I like that idea. Okay, so fresh starts. That's me chewing it up. I would love to know what kind of fresh start you need today. Is it relationship-wise? Do you need to fresh start and say, I need a hug? So, what would you love to fresh start? What is one thing that you would love to go, I kind of want to reset this one. I want to have a reset. Just in one area. Now, here's the thing. You can find something that works. You reset that. You play with it for about a week, and then you go, what else can I reset? Because you know what? There's always a fresh start to fresh starts. Like, so good. Right? What would you love to fresh start? What would you love to have different? Every time you clean out your fridge, doesn't it feel like it's a fresh start? Or when you clean out your tub or vacuum, is that not a fresh start? Like, if we think of it as that instead of the drudgery of the chore, does it bring more excitement, motivation, love of life into us? Does that happen? I would love for you to just consider fresh starts today. I'm gonna have a fresh start when I go home. What's my fresh start for breakfast? I'm gonna have a fresh start in my writing. I started it where I am sprinting with writing my book. So it is clearing out some time, but only writing for 20 minutes and seeing how many words I can dump in 20 minutes. And then get up and do something else, and then I can do what's called a sprint, and I can do that again. Part of the thing is if you're doing that, you're not thinking as much, and you're in a more conversational tone, which is what I want my book to be. So I've got like 4 books in the works, but one came to me this weekend, and I sat down. I've got the whole outline already, and I'm starting to write chapters. It's all about how to declare, how to use your words so that it's productive for you, because what you speak matters. It's the same kind of thing we're talking about here. So, fresh start, whatever your fresh start is, that's what I would love for you to focus on today. If you have any questions, have any thoughts, please let me know. That's it, friends. Have a beautiful fresh start to your week. Bye.